Do you have hormonal imbalances? Here are 5 tips to get started on balancing your hormones as a woman. So, number one, support your liver. If you're going to do one thing, support your liver when it comes to hormones. This is stress, sex, and thyroid hormones. The liver plays such a big role in hormone balances, especially when we have excess hormones. The liver is the body's master filtration system. So anything excess, all of our blood goes through our liver, and anything excess, one of its main jobs is to get that out of our body. And if we're struggling to do that and having symptoms as a result, oftentimes the liver is just struggling to keep up with everything it's trying to get out of the body. So support the liver. This could be through nutrition. This could be through supplementation. For as far as supplements are concerned, one of the things that I really like for the liver is TEDCA, TUDCA. BioBody has a really good one. Cellcore has an amazing one. Microformulas also has one as well. So that can be a really great option. But there's plenty of things, lifestyle things that you can do to support the liver. Castor oil packs are one of my all-time favorites. Queen of the Thrones has a great pre-made pack that you can use again and again. It's super easy, it's not terribly expensive, and it's also not super messy. It can get a little messy when you do it yourself, which you can absolutely do it yourself, but it can just get a little messy. You can also do hot Epsom salt baths with like 1 to 8 cups of Epsom salt. You can do rebounding, you can do sauna where you're sweating. All of these things are really, really great for the liver. Number two, have a mindfulness practice to manage stress. So, excess hormones is a big reason why we have hormonal imbalances. On the opposite end, our body not producing enough hormones is another really big piece, and that usually comes down to stress. And so, if our body is consistently really stressed, it's not in a prime place to produce the proper amount of hormones, no matter what age we are. So, working on managing stress, having a mindfulness practice, some sort of way to manage your stress, whether that's meditation, journaling, breath work, walking, just anything to help you manage stress is going to go a really, really long way. Number three, fuel your body. Speaking of stress, eating in a caloric deficit all of the time is a huge stressor on the body. Not fueling your body properly, eating a whole bunch of carbs, not getting enough proteins and fats is a huge contributor to stress on the body, and just not eating great food. So for fueling your body, a couple of things I recommend. Focus on a whole foods based diet. Not eliminating anything, but just try and get the majority of your foods from whole foods. And whole foods are really like 1 or 2 ingredient foods: chicken, broccoli, kale, peaches, these things that have one ingredient. So focus on whole foods, prioritize protein, make sure you're getting protein at every meal. That's super important. Protein is one of 2 essential nutrients, and most women that I see are under consuming protein. Have a source of protein, whether it's plant or animal based, at every single meal. Start your meal with that source of protein. That's going to go a really, really long way. And try not to eat in a caloric deficit all of the time. Certainly, sometimes it's totally fine, but we don't want to be there all of the time because that's really, really stressful. Number four, move, but don't over exercise. Once again, exercise is super great for the body given the right type and dosage. So exercise can be a stressor on the body. Not that it's a bad stressor, but if we look at overall stress, this can be too much. So we just want to look at overall stress and make sure that we're supporting our body and moving our body in a way that is supportive of that and not overly stressful. Walking, stretching, gentle yoga if you're just starting out. Certainly strength training is great. I'd say be very mindful of some of the high intensity type workouts, circuit style workouts, that can lead to definitely being too stressful. Workouts that are super long, workouts where you're getting your heart rate up all of the time or doing a lot of those while you're not properly fueling your body or not sleeping enough, not great. And last but not least, take a multivitamin for just overall nutrient support. It's really hard to get all of the nutrients that you need every single day. And one of the supplements I recommend pretty across the board, and this is probably one of the only supplements I recommend pretty across the board, is a good multivitamin. just to cover all your bases on a daily basis. A couple of things when it comes to a multivitamin. So, not all multivitamins are created equal. I don't recommend getting a multivitamin or really many other supplements from a big box store. Typically, they're not going to be the best quality. And one of the easiest ways to tell if you have a good multivitamin is if you look at the back where all of the nutritional information is going to be. If you look under folate or B9, and in parentheses, it should have where that is coming from, like what source the folate is coming from. If it says folic acid, it's not a great option. Our body cannot absorb folic acid, but folic acid is cheap. So cheap multivitamins will often use that form. And so it's a really easy telltale sign if it's going to be a quality multivitamin or not. Most other forms are going to be much more absorbed by the body, and you're actually going to be able to use it. And we need B9 in our bodies, and it's hard to get enough for most of us. So follow these 5 steps and you should notice a massive difference in your hormones. And be sure to like, follow, and subscribe for more on how to support your body.